Hi, my name is Ed Barnes and I'm head of the corporate and commercial team here at DTM Legal. And assuming there's no deal, as now seems likely, these are my top 3 Brexit tips for businesses as they look to prepare for the 1st of January 2021 when the current transition period ends. So tip number 1 is check your supply chain. Make sure your business has an EORI number so it can trade with the EU. Check your stock levels. See if you can place your goods onto the EU market before the end of December, either by physically moving the stock or entering into a contract to move the stock, because if you can, you'll save any importer from having to comply with new labelling and standards regulations. If you're involved in imports and exports, get to grips with the tariff regime and make sure you factor that into your pricing now. The UK Gov website has a global tariff tool, and for EU imports, you need to check the European Common External Tariff. And finally, make sure you've got some cash liquidity if possible, because initially your business could be in for a bumpy ride. Tip number 2, check your supply agreements. Have a look at those contracts and see if they need changing. What do they say about price changes? Who's responsible for duties on imports and exports? If there's a delay in deliveries because of new border controls or untried customs systems, what happens then? What levers have you got to change the prices? Are you able to terminate your contract simply because it comes unprofitable? And most importantly, make sure you speak to your customers, suppliers, and distributors in the EU, because if there are any issues that need dealing with, it's best that they're done now and in a collaborative way. And tip number 3, check your people and data. Free movement for staff will end after the end of this year, and recruiting EU nationals will become harder. Although EU citizens in the UK and vice versa can take advantage of the free movement of people, they'll still need to apply for a status visa in the country under its own rules and its own timescales. And if you get data from the EU being transferred to the UK for your business, you need to check those contracts. At the end of this year, the UK will become a 3rd country for the purposes of EU data protection regulations, and the EU is unlikely to say that we're going to be adequate for their purposes. So you need to check those contracts to make sure they've got the right model clauses in them to enable you to continue to process that data. So good luck, everyone, and remember, check, change, and go.